Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up a print-on-demand shop on Etsy using Printful. If you've been thinking about starting your own online shop, then this video is for you. Throughout this tutorial, I'm going to guide you through the entire process of setting up your Printful account, creating products, listing them on Etsy, and managing orders and fulfillment. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to set up your own print-on-demand shop on Etsy, and you'll be able to start selling your unique products online in no time. So make sure to watch the entire video, take notes, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Now, let's jump right in. All right, so let's get started by setting up your Printful account. Step one is to head over to the Printful website and create an account. You can sign up for free and you don't need a credit card to get started. Once you're on the Printful website, click on the sign up button in the top right corner and enter your email address and a password. Next, you will need to have your Etsy shop opened at this stage and connected to your Printful account. To do this, you'll need to go in stores in the left column, click on the choose platform button and follow the instructions to connect your Etsy shop. Once your Etsy shop is connected, you'll need to set up billing and payment information in Printful. This is where you'll enter your credit card information and decide how you want to pay for your orders. You can choose to pay for each order as it comes in, or you can add funds to your Printful wallet in advance. I personally prefer to pay as the order comes and have the charge taken on my credit card at that point. Now that your Printful account is set up and connected to your Etsy shop, you're ready to start creating products. But before we jump right in, let's talk about market research. Market research is an important step in any business, and print on demand is no exception. It's important to know what types of products are in demand, what your target audience is looking for, and how you can stand out from your competitors. Start by looking at what's currently trending on Etsy and what types of products are popular in your niche. You can also do some keyword research to see what types of terms people are searching for in your niche. This information will help you create products that are in demand and will sell well. Once you have a good understanding of what types of products to create, it's time to start designing. To create a product for Printful, first, you will need to design it in the right size and format. You can find out more about this in Printful's product catalog under any product you're interested in. For example, if you're interested in creating a design for this t-shirt, you will simply need to scroll down to the file guidelines section to find out what the print file size needs to be. Here, for example, it would need to be 30.48 by 40.64 centimeters. Once you have created your design in Canva or Illustrator, for example, it's now time to add your product to your shop. You might have seen some tutorials where they recommend to start on Printful and then sync your products to Etsy. I personally don't like this method because it limits your options a lot and makes the customer experience a bit of a nightmare. For example, when creating t-shirts, it will add some unnecessary text in the size options, which in my opinion is a dead giveaway that your shop is a print-on-demand shop, and as a result could scare some customers. Another inconvenience of this method is that you can't add different types of products in the same listing. For example, if you sell wall art, you might want to be able to offer canvas and posters as part of one product with two different drop-down menus. So what do we do instead? Well, we just do it the other way around. We are going to create our listing on Etsy first and then sync it to Printful. To list your product on Etsy, start by logging into your Etsy account and clicking on your Etsy dashboard button in the top right corner. From there, you can create a new listing by clicking on listings in the left column and on the add a listing button. First, you will need to add photos. Make sure to use high quality photos that showcase your product and design. I would recommend you start with some market research and see the type of thumbnail images that work the best for your niche. You can use lifestyle photos to show your product in use, which can help potential customers visualize how they might use your products. The two websites I love for print-on-demand mockups are Placeit and Shutterstock. Placeit works with a membership that you pay monthly to get access to thousands of mockups that you can use for your shop. This website is amazing for new print-on-demand sellers that don't want to worry about adding their design to a product image. It's all done automatically by the website. If you want to try the mockups, there are quite a few free ones so that you can see if this is for you or not. For Shutterstock, it's a little bit different in the sense that you can buy images by packs of 2, 5, or 25, or by paying monthly. The images on here are a bit more high quality in my opinion, but the downside is that you will need to use Photoshop or Canva to add your design to the photo and do your best to make it realistic. This can be time consuming and complicated for a lot of sellers, so I would recommend you use this when you'll have been selling for a little bit longer. Back to your Etsy listing. It's time to write your product title, select the category and subcategory for your product, and write a compelling description. Make sure to use keywords in your title and description to improve your product's visibility in Etsy search results. If you want to learn more on this, I have an SEO tutorial that you can watch right here. Once you've entered your product information, it's important to spend some time on your tags. As you've done your market research, you should have an idea of the type of keywords that are being used often by your competitors. If you want to find even more keywords, I can only recommend you use third-party apps like Sales Samurai, Allura, or eRank. These websites are amazing to help you get better understanding of your niche and the keywords that your competitors are using regularly. An important part of the listing creation is the variants. Depending on the product that you sell, you might want to create only one variant menu, or you might want to create multiple ones. For example, if you sell t-shirts, you might want to sell different colors, which would correspond to one variant menu, and then different sizes, which would correspond to another one. To set up a variant correctly, you will need to click on Edit Variants and then start by creating your drop-down menu. I will call the first variant menu colors and then add my different t-shirt colors, and then create another menu which I'll call sizes and add the different sizes I will offer. Make sure to check the prices may vary for each variant, that once you click on update, you will be able to input a different price for each variant where it's needed. For example, the gray color might be more expensive than the black one, and size small might be cheaper than a size medium. Doing this gives you a lot of freedom to set your prices to exactly what they need to be. Once you're done with your listing, I would suggest that you save it in your drafts so that you can finish syncing it before publishing it. So your listing is almost complete. Now it's time to link your Etsy listing to your Printful dashboard. To do this, go in your Printful dashboard in stores and then click on View Store next to your Etsy shop. To start syncing your Etsy listings, you will simply need to click on Refresh Data in the top right corner. This will start the syncing process, but it can sometimes take a lot of time, possibly a few minutes, so be patient. Once the syncing is done, you should be able to scroll down and see your Etsy listing with a total variance you created as not synced. Now it's time to click on Edit next to your product and add a Printful product for each variant you created. To do this, next to variation number 1, check what product you will need to connect. Then click on Choose a Product and navigate the menu to find the correct one. A small tip I recommend, especially if you will be selling the same Printful item in quite a few listings, is to favorite the item so that you don't have to scroll through the entire Printful menu to find the product you need. Instead, you will simply need to click on My Favorites and click on the correct item. Make sure to choose the right size or material for your item, the one that will correspond to the variant we checked a second ago. Drag and drop your design in the design space and make sure that the printing quality is good, usually around 300 dpi. Anything below that and you risk a low quality printing, which can cause issues with your customers. Usually, if you follow the print file guidelines I mentioned earlier, you won't have any issue with this. And then once you're done with your design, you can click on Continue, and you're now done with variant number 1. Again, it's always good to double check that the Printful item corresponds to the variation Etsy. So just click on the little arrow on the right to see the size, color on anything else and see if it's the same as the variation on the left. And then you will need to do this for all the other variants in this listing. I know this can seem time consuming, and I will say it is at first, but once you get the hang of it, you will be faster and faster. Once you're done with adding products for all your variants, you can go back to your Printful shop dashboard by clicking on Stores and then View Store again, and check that the correct number of variants are now in the sync column in green. And that's it. You have finished creating your listing. You can now go back to your Etsy shop and publish it to start making sales. Now, to make your print-on-demand shop a success, I wanted to give you a few more tips that will help you tremendously. If you're offering different materials, colors, or sizes for your products, make sure to include photos that reflect these options in your listing images. This will help a lot with conversions, as people will be able to see what the product will look like with these different options. Keep an eye on the cost of production and shipping when setting your prices. You want to make sure that you're making a profit while still offering competitive prices to your customers. You can find the production price in Printful catalog and then the shipping shipping by scrolling down and choosing a destination country. Shipping to a lot of countries can be complicated as the cost will be different depending on where you're sending your parcel to. My recommendation is to keep it simple and only ship to the United States and the United Kingdom, and possibly Europe. I understand that it might seem counterintuitive and you might think that decreasing the pool of customers will decrease your sales potential. And whilst it's true that you might lose some sales by not selling worldwide, the hassle of calculating shipping for all these countries individually is not worth it in my opinion. On top of that, almost 70% of Etsy buyers are from the United States and the United Kingdom alone. So in my opinion, you would not be losing on a lot of sales. And don't be afraid to experiment with different product types and designs. You may discover a new niche or product that performs better than you expected. Now that your Printful product is listed on Etsy, it's time to manage orders and fulfillment. The great thing about using Printful is that everything is automated, so you can focus on growing your business without having to worry about production or shipping. Once an order is placed on Etsy, Printful will automatically receive the order and begin production within a few hours. Printful will handle all of the production and shipping for you, so you don't need to worry about anything. It's important to note that Printful's production times can vary depending on the product and the current workload. However, you can always check the status of your orders in the Printful dashboard to see if there are any delays or issues. If there are any issues with an order, such as defective product or a shipping error, Printful will handle the situation and either issue a replacement or a refund. That is the reason why I love working with Printful. Every time I've had an issue with a customer, they have always been very quick to react, which is always important with customer service. Keep an eye on your production and shipping times to ensure that you're meeting customer expectations and the fulfillment times that you added in your Etsy listing. If your orders don't ship in the time frame that you added, this could have a very detrimental impact to your listings and your shop, as Etsy will show your products less in search results. Communicate with customers if there is any delay or issue with their order. This can help build trust and loyalty with your customers. And that's it, you've made it till the end of this tutorial on how to use Printful and Etsy to sell print-on-demand products. If you found this video useful and you're looking for even more tips to make consistent sales in your Etsy shop, download your free Etsy guide to set up your Etsy shop for success by clicking on the link in the description below. It's 10 pages full of information that you need to know if you're trying to have a successful Etsy shop. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video, and don't forget, dreams don't work until you do. I'll see you next time.